Hey neighbors, Tom Zapolsky here. It's Friday, the 18th of August, and we had a board meeting last night. And as per normal, I like to do a quick video brief on the highs of the meeting that occurred. In case you missed it, we had over 80 people in attendance on Zoom and a good full clubhouse and a really great meeting. Here's the deal. We had lots of things to do that were normal business, and we did, yes, talk about the one super hot item. But I'm going to run through the agenda and give you an overview. I encourage you always to look at the official meeting minutes. Those are we have draft minutes that'll be approved at the next board meeting, and then those are posted for owners. So the official minutes really memorialize any motions that were made, who made them, if things were deferred, or if there was a directive to look into something. You can kind of find that there. But I have found that people do appreciate this, so let's go real quick. It's a 2-hour board meeting, maybe a little longer, in 2 or 3 minutes. We started the meeting, as always, with opening comments or remarks from owners. We put you guys at the top of the list. We're here to serve you. As you might suspect, a lot of the comments were surrounding the painted lines, the emergency access lanes, and other ideas that were shared. It was a really good and healthy and helpful conversation. Owners online were afforded the opportunity to speak. Many of them did. Owners in the audience were given the floor. They were able to share their concerns passionately and with detail or support or objection. And that was really good for our community, and I know it's helpful for the board. So those comments happened at the beginning, but they're not associated with any official agenda item or action. So it's a big conversation. I took pages and pages and pages of notes on what you think. I saw my board members doing the same thing. Some of them were in agreement, some of them understood something, some of them had more questions. But it was good and healthy. And that occurred at the top of the meeting. We have general business where we receive a financial overview from Cindy Rainey, our treasurer and board member. Listen, the financial accountability in our community is really top notch from a transparency perspective, from just how that part of the business of our community is conducted is really impressive, and we're in really good shape there. And so we appreciate Cindy's work. The manager gave a report. She got a long list of things. She reports on, maintenance issues, staffing, maintenance issues and opportunities and praise, staffing considerations, building applications, the status of various projects. So that manager's report is also a part of the artifacts for the meeting. So if you ever wonder kind of what that looks like, I don't really want to read through it all right now, but lots of good updates. Camp Life, our new online registration system for guests, and pause real quick. Guests are renters or your personal guests, anybody that you're having come into your site or to visit your home while you're there or while you're not there. We need to know that they're coming in so that we can let them through the front gate. So this online form is available so that you can, on your phone or on your computer, just put their name and vehicle and all the information, and it goes in. It really works best, as an example, just to pause on this for a second, if you're having someone stay at your home. Let's say a distant cousin is coming to stay, or you rent your home yourself through Airbnb or VRBO or to friends, anything like that. It really helps if you'll fill out that form in advance of their arrival. A couple days would be great. What that allows us to do is get all the paperwork complete so that everything's ready for them at the front gate. We're not rolling it out at that particular level just yet. We're still kind of smoothly moving through this, but in the near future, that will be the case, which is really awesome. Imagine showing up to the resort in our community and you've properly registered and paid and all the things long before you arrive. You're given a folder with your passes or whatever you need in them, and you start your vacation. No need to go stand in line at the front office. So that's where we're going, and we're almost there. But we got an update on that, really cool. We also had an update on the status of the back fishing pier. As you know, it was closed because one of the legs, the pilings that go in the water, broke through because of some sort of animal or whatnot. I think they're called some sort of, I can't remember the name of it, but there's some sort of little bug that eats away at the wood over time, and then, like a termite, it collapses. We do not have termites on the pier. I'm just saying underwater, it's a similar thing. And we had that pylon fixed, and we're going around tightening up some other parts of the pier, and found that these boards called stringers, if you're walking out on the pier, on the left hand side, down the center, and on the right hand side are the really big boards that run like this, and they hold the planks up. They hold things up, right? That there was some wood rot there. One of them totally, others are quite brittle, that were compromising that. And so security maintenance is unable to make that repair. And so we're going to look and see if there's a contractor. If it's a couple $100 repair, we're going to try and get it done before the Labor Day holiday. If it's a substantial investment, because we're knocking that pier over and building another one this fall, that was approved, we're not going to waste money. Even if it does stink. My boys love fishing on the pier. We'll be there for Labor Day. That will be regrettable. We're going to try and fix it, and we're going to also try not to waste money in the same breath. So there's that fishing pier. Pavilion. We reviewed that we had multiple organizations participate in the bidding process, and that a final contractor was selected. So your pavilion has been approved. The plans, the contractor, and now we move forward with permitting and construction, and that'll take place this fall. So that's really exciting if you've been waiting for that. We did next get into the emergency access lane. Please note on the agenda, this item is called emergency access lane update. We were not debating the policy. We were receiving an update from the manager on where the project stands. Now, we know that the manager, and you know, earlier in the week, I think a day before the meeting, had sent an email to all owners stating that the contractor that was selected to apply the paint to our roads, two types: one, red boxes in front of fire hydrants; two, lines down each road, creating a 12-foot space in the middle. We're all familiar with this. That the contractor completed the fire boxes, and then at the end of the day called the manager and said, the condition of your roads, the scope of this project, and now that I'm into it, like boots on the ground with my team, I can't handle painting these lines down every road. So the current status of that is the board has a policy that was adopted, and the manager has an obligation to follow the will of the board. So she is going to do her job and try and find another contractor that can handle striping those roads. Now take it easy for a second, okay? I've observed and believe that if you called every single board member, this creates a moment of inhale and exhale, and a moment to think. We've taken our appropriate action on behalf of the community to defend it and keep it safe from litigation, doing our responsibility. This has occurred, and as we navigate forward, I believe that you'll find the board is indeed looking at all aspects of this, okay? Now, I don't want to put the words in board members' mouths, but I observed our community come forward with lots of ideas. I heard board members interacting with them and exploring them and seeming to try and get their head around this component of an idea, that component of an idea. But as of right now, the board did not take any action last night. And I've seen some comments on Facebook. They're harmless. Nobody means any ill will. But people may believe that last night we excluded all but one car, that we've done this or that. There was no motion made or adopted by the board. What we do have as a community is an opportunity, a little bit of space here to breathe and allow owners to be heard, allow the board to continue this dialogue as we find our way forward. And so we're trying to find our way forward. One of those ways very much is still the possibility of painting because it's been adopted as policy, but we would need to call another board meeting if we were going to entertain another policy. So if you're really hyper concerned about this, continue to think about it, continue to share your thoughts and concerns with board members. If you have ideas that you think are appropriate, I'd like you to share those. A little smattering, one-way streets, little tick marks, like little L-shaped tick marks in front of homes rather than lines. no parking on the streets at all. House number parking, odd days, even days. Our community, however, is numbered in a way that it's not odd numbers on one side of the road, even on the left. So some ideas don't work just because of how we're built. But that's where we're kind of unpacking it. So be patient with one another, be kind to one another, and let's see where we go. I can tell you, I believe that a lesson everyone should observe is that it's good to unpack things publicly and give people an opportunity to speak. I will defend the fact that we announced this very aggressively before the last board meeting, all but begged people to show up and pay attention. It was done in a public way. Owner comment was received, the board debated, and then the policy was adopted. So I won't go backwards, but it wasn't snuck in. Nobody did anything devious. It's just that nobody's paying attention, and now everybody's paying attention. So that's where we are today. Parking. We examine the definition of vehicle, because when in our rules, when we say a vehicle has to be parked in the driveway, we literally have some owners that say, well, boat's a vehicle. Boat on my trailer counts. That defies the whole purpose of that rule, which is to get cars off the street. So we're going to very narrowly define it so that people that want to, joust with the rules or challenge the board, the manager, that it's clear. So the definition of a vehicle. We did acknowledge that golf carts on the road, we don't have any rules or policy on the books that we could find, and the board understood this, that golf carts can be parked safely in front of your home. And actually, if that's a smaller vehicle, it kind of helps with our issue, right? We talked about opening the front pool parking lot for overnight overflow parking. Surrounding that, what about church on Sunday? If it's full, where do they park? Some homeowners still, and even some board members, drive their car to the beach. People said, I was one. Everybody takes their golf cart to the beach. Well, that's not true. So how do we leave a portion of space available for churchgoers and those people that want, and then recognize on busy holidays that the balance of those will likely fill up for overflow parking? However, it brings cars off of our streets. So if you correct one thing in one place, you have another little bulge in another, right? So we get the cars off the road, well, they got to go someplace. So then when they go to overflow parking. So this whole process is going to be about give and take and working it out. And then we also discussed opening the gravel parking lot where the boat trailers park. It's kind of up high there near the boat ramp. You can't park your boat trailer there overnight. So for convenience, boat owners can drop in their boat and put it there. But at the end of the day, they got to go away anyways. And so that's a big, valuable piece of dirt. It's already used for parking. Wouldn't require any dramatic votes by the board. We could just, make a rule with regard to what type of parking can occur there. We approved a street cleaning contract so that the street sweepers can come through periodically and keep all that dirt and sand from going into our pipes. We paid $90,000 last year to have our pipes cleaned out. And with the wind and storms and construction and roads and sand, we're at the beach. We do need to maintain that so we're not out another $100,000 cleaning out our pipes. And that's kind of the gist of the meeting, folks. It went really, really well. The board worked well together. The owners in the audience had differences of opinion and shared them. And online, it was great. It was as it should be. So you got to do a board meeting in 13 minutes and 59 seconds when the rest of us sat through the whole daggum thing. I hope you have a great weekend. Remember, on Saturday, we have our annual meeting. This is the owner's environment where we seat the new board members. Immediately following that, we have a meeting where the board elects officers and determines our schedule, when we have board meetings and what time will it be, and all those little kind of operational business things. So if you're in the community or want to join us online, I hope that you'll do so. It's Friday. It's been a long couple weeks. I hope you have a great weekend. If you are lucky enough to be at Venture Out, then you are lucky enough. I wish I was. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.